Coming up shortly, Wookies, Pookies, and Ways. But for now, let's kick that beat.
Yeah. Luna. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción, yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work, yeah. El mundo quiere dinero, yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. De corazón. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Money work. Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunes. Lunático.
All right, what's good, everybody? What is good tonight? Hold on one second. We're going to get the party started soon. So let me ask you this. Is there, what's on your mind tonight? we're gonna go over some Wookiees and Ways. Definitely. Definitely gonna do that, but I wanted to bring up something real quick. Let's see if I memorized it. Nope. You know, I like to keep it real. I like to keep it real. So I want you guys to see something that I got on the screen here as soon as I bring it up while we wait for other people to get here. This is the CCB, ladies and gentlemen. That means the Copyright Claims Board. What they are is like a small claims version of copyright proceedings inside of federal court, but there's a much more streamlined version of it. And I'm not gonna spend all day doing it, and you definitely could, because you definitely could spend all day talking about this, but we're not. What we're going to talk about is just clearing up some facts about proceedings and what has gone down. I know all of my day ones know what's up, but I'm going to tell you the very short way, because Jim Carrey is waiting, of what had been going down. Some guys online were complaining that my photos were not my photos, and they were saying that my content was not my content. They literally wrote this legally. Legally, they said that. And so they would go to, first it was YouTube, and say, this is a false claim, this is a false, but they can see it's, they look at the photo as they can see it's fucking me, right? That's it's just me in that photo, right? So, but no, so they kept doing this kind of stuff, you know. So after about a little while, and actually this was actually right after they got banned from YouTube. But they would pop up on other different channels, whether they were real or not. Who knows? That's not for that's not for me to judge. Hey, Phoenix, Soul is in the house. But anyway, so you know, YouTube was saying, take it to the judge. They were saying, take it to the judge. So brother took it to the judge. Okay. So they're online talking all this smack on, different platforms and stuff. They would even like sneak on this one, which they technically said they were removed from, right? And I guess they forgot that, like, facts matter in court, but we'll get around from that some other time, not tonight. Anyway, fast forward. This type of court, you have options, even if you're what they call a respondent in this, but in regular court, they call it a defendant. And you could just say, fuck it, I'm out. Either one, either side at any time. Now, it may or may not, you know, go against you or go for you, but that's what you can do. Okay. Let me make it simple. When they came at me, I opted in. When I came at them, they opted out. So you may say to yourself, what the heck does that mean? What in the world does that opting things mean? And I want to bring you to one of my favorite movies. I don't know why, I just love it. It's a positive kind of weird movie, but it's called The Roadhouse, the new one with Jake Gyllenhaal and him, of whatever how you say his name. Cool movie. It reminds me of the beginning where you start watching the fights that they're having in this, one of those little back of the barn fight kind of things, right? And you know, fast forward, Jake walks in there, and he's got his hoodie on so nobody can really see who he is and everything. And so he calmly walks in there and shit, right? And there's this guy who's already fighting another guy and beating him up real good and everything, you know. And so the guy who's in there talking shit and wiggling his butt and everything, you know, showboating while he's boxing and everything. He finally beats up this guy poor guy who he gets knocked out. So then Jake walks in, and Jake's all cool and chill. He's not talking any shit whatsoever. He's just walking in there chill, just got his hood on. And then all of a sudden, the referee recognizes him. He goes like, oh, it's you, right? And so Jake goes, yeah, yes, me. I'm chilling, not talking shit, nothing. He calmly sits down on the stool, and you don't fight with your boots on. I don't know why they do that, but you don't fight with your boots on, bare feet. So he starts undoing his boot. But while he does this, his hoodie drops down, and then the guy who was talking all this smack all of a sudden looks for a minute and goes, oh, hell no. I know that guy, it's that guy. That's what he says. It's that guy. And that's kind of Caucasian talk for it. Oh, it's that mofo. It's that badass mofo. And the guy opted out. So Jake won because the guy opted out. The guy said, oh, hell no, I don't want none of this. That's basically opting out. Now, the guy could come back later if he wanted to and box it up, maybe catch a Jake on a day that maybe he sprained his ankle or something, right? But he opted out. And that's exactly what these guys who have been complaining about me, false flagging them and all this kind of stuff, they had their opportunity to have their day or days or months, maybe even years in court. And they opted out one way or the other, whether it was giving the CCB a false address, not updating their own address, whatever you want to call it. At least one guy stayed, but he was the one, when he got them papers, he could not wait. It was literally the day he got the papers, he opted out. So now if you hear them talking smack, you know what happened, and you can just don't smack, don't disrespect them or anything like that. Just know they opted out. I legally have receipts that say that. Now let's get on with the show. Guess who is in trouble now? You guessed it. Before we get into the Wookies and Wayways, Pookies and Wayways, and I added some Pookies in the mix because it's very important that you have a baseline, a benchmark to measure Wookiness and Pookiness. Because really, Pookies come in all colors. So, but we respect, other colors. We just don't want to call them Pookies too. We can call them Wookies. There's a different name for it, but it sounds very vulgar to me, so I won't say that. So we'll use Wookies. I like to thank one of my friends for turning me on to doing a show like this, and I think it's very interesting. I mean, we get to if you want to open your options, you need to know what options to not open to, if you know what I mean. But first, let's go over, Charleston White, the Manosphere hero, getting arrested again. Here we go.
What about drug use? No drug use, not even marijuana?
Yeah, I smoke marijuana.
Wait, let me make sure I got some volume up in here. Oh, let me bring that up.
We're smoking the car. That little guy?
Yeah,
That's it? Is there anything else illegal inside the car?
On an afternoon in 2020, Irving police officers noticed a white BMW breaking several traffic laws. When they ran the plates, they realized the car belonged to Charleston White.
Now, I have to pause it right there, folks, because it's like this. Ask yourself this. He calls himself a community leader. Isn't the best way to lead is by example? I mean, that's what I was told. That just for white folks or what? So let me keep it going.
A well-known community activist.
They called him a well-known community activist. Let's keep it going.
Seemed like a routine traffic stop was about to take an unexpected turn. The tension grew as officers approached, with the air thick with anticipation. What could have been just another ticket soon became something much bigger. You won't want to miss what happens next.
White shirt, gray jacket, black pants.
Yeah. I was on my way. Oh, but they support the blue, bro.
Dang, okay, so that's how they're set up inside their cars look. Okay, I get it. I guess that's probably a tough book. They call them, I forgot who made them. Yeah, exactly. The community activists, huh? But yeah, that's what they call them. I think it's kind of like it sounds like an inside joke to me, but hey, that's what they call them. But anyway, yeah, that's a tough book. I worked on a couple. They're cool. Very, very durable. I think they might even stop bullets for all I know.
It's good because I do too.
If you can hear me, okay, put a 1 in the chat. Here we go.
How you doing, sir? No, man. I'm Officer Becerra there in Police Department. The reason you've been stopped, sir, was ran your tags and shows no insurance.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so this pillar of the community, I mean, it can happen. Don't get me wrong. But you would think you would want to lead by example. And leading by example is at least being tip-top, which means having everything on, everything, your insurance is paid up, your car is paid up, everything paid up. Here we go.
You got insurance and a driver's license, please?
Oh, man, I just rushed out the house. Man, picking my daughter up from the school down here, man. I think I left everything at the house, man.
Even a driver's license?
Man, I just got dressed, man, tying my shoes up, dropping one kid off at school. Hold on, man. Yeah,
I mean, this cool thing is the officer's being patient. He's being chill. Let old Charleston kind of, try to figure herself a way out of this ticket. Let's see what happens.
Well, I don't need this one. I just need a driver's license after this. I'll hand this back to you, sir.
I ain't got it on yet.
Do you have an ID or anything with you?
You want my license number?
When the officer arrived, Mr. White appeared to not have active car insurance, nor did he have his driver's license. The officer took his name verbally and ran it through the NCIC, National Crime Information Center system.
It's Charleston, first name?
Yeah, Charleston Jamal. Shoot, I rushed out the house, dropping CJ off, and left my wallet. Yeah, goddamn. And I had
He's saying he left his wallet, but he has his wallet in his hand. You can't make this shit up.
What's
Hey, when you said expired?
it doesn't have anything on the computer at all. So this is a valid policy, right? Old American?
It should be, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be.
All right, man. I'll give them a call. If they say it's good, then I'm good. Okay. If they say it's not good, then it's gonna be a ticket.
Man, God.
All right, that's how it is, man. We don't really play here in Irving with no insurance. It's automatic ticket. All
I
right.
understand. Well, you see what's on the back of my window, so I do a lot.
I hear you, man.
So yeah, so I understand. So yeah, if it's not showing, it ain't showing. Baby,
Okay.
did you pay it? Baby. Yeah, she changed credit card, so don't run it.
So are you saying it's not valid?
Not valid. She just said she changed credit card.
Okay. All right, man.
Did you catch how he blamed his wife for not paying something that he was supposed to pay? That's crazy. See, that's crazy.
And do you have any outstanding warrants? I'm assuming not, right?
No, I ain't got
You ever been arrested for anything?
yeah, man.
Have you ever been arrested for anything? Let him tell you. Let him tell you. Here we go.
Not sure time for killing the.
Listen to this. Listen to this. Let me boost up the volume just a little bit more on this one. This is what he said.
White man, it's orchestrated and documented, nigga. Then I'm telling you I'm online about I rape white hoes. Why would?
But now when you say you rape white hoes, you ain't saying it like you actually rape white hoes. You
I
saying,
did. Yeah, I am. I'm saying it like I gave scenarios where I done it.
Okay, let's see if he gives the same scenario to this officer. Let's go back here. Here we go.
Man, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
When was that?
Man, that was got into it with some gang members. Man, a community activist came down into the neighborhood after making some threats. Pointed a gun at him, man. So to get him to leave the property, they went back and called the police on me. So I haven't been indicted yet. So.
Okay. Well, all right, man. Hopefully it works out for you. Okay, dude.
Yes, sir.
What about drug use?
No drug use.
No drug use. Not even marijuana.
Yeah, I smoke marijuana.
You ever smoke in the car?
Last night.
Last night?
Yeah, last night.
You know if there's anything in there right now? So don't dig, dude. I'm just asking. That little guy?
Yeah,
That's it?
That's it, man.
That's all you have?
All I got, man.
All right, man. Fair enough. Let me check on a few things, and I'll be right back with you, okay?
The cop didn't even get back to him. That's kind of funny.
That's a good driver's license number, right? And it's going to come back to that address? All right, bud. Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back with you.
All right. Felix So says he looks very docile, not raping any YT HOEs right now, huh? Yeah, exactly. When the laws in the thing, these brothers be getting very docile. The last shall be first is here. Good evening. Last shall be first. Everyone, if you don't know what's going on right now, Charleston White was stopped because his tags were, how it goes. The tags were late, and now he didn't have his driver's license. He didn't have nothing. So exactly, he's submissive to society. Exactly. That's the funny thing. You brought up a very good point. The last shall be first. Is these men are out here complaining about black women being submissive to Zaddy, but black men are just as submissive, right? Might not be in a romantic sense, but they show is submissive, officer. He knows what I'm saying.
So, dude, smell like a little bit of weed, a lot of air freshener. I figured I'd ask. He says he's been arrested for ag assault with deadly weapon, Fort Worth. He's still under charges for that. So just FYI. We don't know you're here, but he knows I'm here. Not much, man. What's up? White had a little bit of weed in there. He said he's been arrested for ag assault with deadly weapon. He's still facing the charges. So we'll get him out in a sec. Okay. I'm just trying to run this vehicle. Cool.
just getting warmed up, folks.
Pull them out.
Put him in his place, yeah. I mean, see, that's the thing that gets me is like, you guys, how can you guys make Charleston White a leader when he's shown no leadership? I don't know what kind of community stuff he does, but every time that something real comes out and that, you know, like him getting stopped, that doesn't sound like he's leading by example. I think it has something to do with that. I think it has something to do with just other men just wanting somebody at their level. They're not looking to move up and be more reputable. They just want somebody at their level to follow. I don't get it.
Hold on, you got to call Sean. I just got pulled over by the police. Okay, I got on the other line.
All right, Mr. White, you mind putting that down for now? So here's the deal, man. Since you got that little bit of weed on you, I got to search the car and your person, okay? Is there anything else illegal inside the car?
I got a little 25 on.
Okay, where's it on you? Okay, we'll just leave it there for now, all right? Anything on your person?
No, sir.
All right, go ahead and drop the phone.
Okay. Baby, I got to drop the phone. Man, can I get my daughter situated while y'all do
Not yet, man.
Okay.
Where's your daughter at?
She's at the school.
All right, yeah, not right now, okay? Let's deal with you.
Okay.
Go ahead and drop your stuff.
Can I put this in my...
We'll just leave it up here, okay?
I guess this is this part of protection and provision they you know, the man of the house offers? I don't know.
You want to hop out for me?
I got a knife in my pocket.
Okay. I'm just going to detain you for now.
How
All
do
right,
you
you're not
have-
under arrest or anything else.
It's just his pocket knife?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Anything else?
There you go.
No, sir.
Well, let me pause it right there. There it is. There it is, folks. I don't need to go any further with this because you see, you know, he's in cuffs. A community leader. Let me show you what it says. Community leader. Oh man, this is a bad look for black men. This is a bad look for us. Community leader. Carlson White. Look, okay, so he's detained right now because otherwise they would have just took him to get his orange blazer. Yeah. Yeah. So I think we can call him a pretty good example of a Pookie. And let's go and check out this.
Welcome everybody to another I Just Want to Go Home on Parole episode of Lockdown 23
That guy's funny. He's cool.
and 1. That's right. Today we're going to witness a parole hearing coming from Utah. And today's video is coming from a YouTuber that some of y'all might know by the name of Mandu or Mando. And this is what he does. He specializes in parole board and court case hearings. If you want to check out his channel and content, I'll leave the original video linked in the description below. But
All right, y'all heard it.
Individual going for the parole hearing today is going to be a prime example of what happens in.
Okay. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, if a guy's face is
If
like,
you want to check out his channel and content, I'll leave the original video linked in the description below. But the individual going
okay, I mean, if you're really regardless of race, quite honestly, if you got all this stuff going on your face, all this tattooing stuff, ladies, if a guy looks like that, regardless of flavor, that's a Wookie thing, a Pookie thing, a Wookie and Pookie thing.
on for the parole hearing today is going to be a prime example of what happens in prison can definitely affect you when it comes down to parole time. Anyways, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoy all things lockup and crime related, then this is where you want to be. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave, and check out my playlist with many more videos for you to start watching today.
Okay, this is a decision hearing for Simon Scown, number 154632. Is that you, sir?
It is.
My name's Scott Manning. I'm a hearing officer with the Board of Pardons and Parole. I'll be conducting today. I'm going to be taking testimony from you. If you'd raise your right hand the best you can, I'll swear you in. Do you swear that the testimony you provide today will be truthful and accurate?
I do.
Thank you. Did you receive at least 7 days written notice of today's hearing along with your blue disclosure packet?
I did.
So that's the new information, obviously, that the board will be considering. I'm just going to kind of give a procedural review, and then I'll ask you if there's anything in that disclosure you want to talk about. So the purpose of today's hearing is to discuss why your parole date was rescinded. It was rescinded, I believe, due to new disciplinaries. There is a criminal charge pending related to one of those incidents. I think an initial appearance, at least as of yesterday, was scheduled for a week from today, is what's happened. After today's hearing, the board will decide appropriate action. I imagine almost certainly that will be a paper review due to the criminal charges that are the criminal charge that is pending. We'll go over that in just a minute. But I would like to talk about the other new information outside that, so that when the board is presented with an opportunity to make a decision, they have the information available. So to the extent you're willing to do that, I'd like to. But did you receive, you said you received your blue disclosure packet as well?
I did.
All right, so like you just heard, this guy is pretty much going to take what he has to say to the parole board. And I don't really like that, because if I was an inmate, then I'd have to go back to my cell, biting my nails, wondering if I'm going to get it or not. I've seen other...
Yeah, a lot of times, I guess he's probably going to explain it, but basically a lot of times they tell you right then and there. The judges will be right there. But in this case, that's not the case. Maybe it's just because it's one guy or something. Or that tells me really that would be a bad sign, because you think that if he's not going to make the decision, then they're not going to say yes. They already decided to say no. That's my hunch.
Parole boards where, you know, they stand in front of 4 people and they choose right then and there, yay or nay. Those are the ones I like, right? Just give it to me raw. Save me that emotional roller coaster waiting in a cell. Either way, you know, this could be better in some situations, I guess.
Are there any errors or inaccuracies you'd like to discuss in that packet before we proceed?
I mean, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there probably is, but none that I want to discuss.
Okay.
Parole denied. I'm just playing, man, but I'm not gonna lie.
No. Hey, look, I thought I felt the same way. I'm gonna fast forward. Here we go.
I mean, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there probably is, but none that I want to discuss.
Okay. If something comes to mind, you know, that's really
He's opted out.
the main purpose of why we're here. I've reviewed your file. I have a detailed report prepared. But, you know, part of today's hearing is to allow you to speak and to voice things from your perspective. So
here's the funny thing about courts. Basically, when you already walk in, they already know everything. They're just trying to see if there's either some little curveball they didn't hear about before, or 2, that they want to know if you are willing to tell the truth. That's really what they're saying, and they will go from there. But they pretty much have all the facts in front of them. That's pretty much what's going on. Here we go.
Since returning from your most recent parole, I think the board has granted and then rescinded 3 paroles. You know, you're familiar with.
All right, so you heard what he said. He had 1 parole hearing where he was granted and 3 where he was denied. Also, he said that he has all these pending charges from within prison. Yes, believe it or not, in prison, you can get charged with multiple kind of infractions, even street charges. And both of them, even though one doesn't result usually in getting more time, more along the lines of going to the hole and getting your canteen taken, it doesn't matter. Both types of
Okay, let me fast forward that a little bit, because we want to get to the good part. Here we go.
And that the reason I'm incarcerated is because I called for help for somebody who is overdosed, which is a mistake I will never make again in life. I will never call for help for anybody. I will never call the police again in life for any reason. Because regardless of the situation, I can see that I'm going to be the bad guy. And, you know, the things I've done in 5 years, 6 years, that would be mitigating or beneficial, I don't feel they get acknowledged in any way by the Board of Pardons. So kind of at this point of just not caring.
What are the mitigating factors in your opinion, so I can put them in my report?
Got out of a gang, got a law degree, went to therapy, have provided the board pardons, both drug and alcohol and mental health assessments. Numerous things.
Yeah, that's actually he got a little bit to floss with it. If he got a law degree, damn, okay.
Work.
You have a
Got my
law
own
degree?
place.
You got a law degree in the prison, or was that on parole?
In the prison.
In the
I
prison.
got a degree, but on my own dime through correspondence.
Okay.
Unbelievable, right? If it's true, he's an ex-con. It's my first time ever seeing or hearing anything about him, but for some reason I'm believing him. This guy's a fucking attorney now, and he's had enough. He's done everything he could possibly do, from what I'm hearing, to prove to the parole board that he's ready to go home. But being in prison, in jail, you heard what he said. He left a gang. Probably has all the tattoos of that organization still on him. Of course, he's going to be getting into situations. But just by him mentioning one of the first things he said as a mitigating factor in his book would be, number one, I left a gang. And if you were to ask me, that probably is the most important thing of the list. Because when you turn away from stuff like that, man, you could die.
And sorry to cut you off.
I remember. Yeah, getting out of a gang is not that easy for a lot of people.
Yeah, if you'd like to add more.
I'm just saying, like, despite the fact that it took me 6 years to get off gang file, I left my gang, got off gang file. The board still comes at me with gang paroles. To me, that's not acknowledged.
Well said. Law degree and still the inability to take accountability. I agree.
Any kind of progress. To me, that's the opposite. To me, that's saying your progress doesn't matter and the things you do don't matter. I've provided evidence that I was receiving MAT treatment and going to therapy on the street, substance abuse therapy. And yet I don't see any recognition of that. I have not felt any recognition from the board. In fact, I don't feel like I've received recognition from the board over basic human matters. I don't feel like I feel like calling the board hypocrites right now, because the board asks that people have empathy, right? That's a huge thing.
That's a bad thing. You don't talk about other people like that and think they're gonna be, he could have said, I wish things would have went different, or some diplomatic way of saying it, but he just hurt himself right there. He got a few points up when he said he got a law degree, because he could really, quite honestly, I know people are like, well, who's gonna be his clients if he's been in prison? Ex-cons who need his help. He will have plenty of business if he gets to the outside, if his mind is right. Right now, for some reason, I'm getting some kind of a radar that's saying there's something wrong with him. There's something, like, just the way, I don't know, his talking and everything. It doesn't seem like everything's there.
Empathy for other people. And yet, in my time of need, when I lost a child and a significant other of 8 years, someone who'd overdosed in my lap, I've been down 21 months. I haven't had a chance to grieve. I've got all
Wait a
this.
minute. How did somebody see? The thing is that they probably put him in there because he was involved in how she ended up that way. So he's not showing. Right there, he's showing us that he does not have good leadership skills when it counts the most.
This unprocessed grief and anger over this whole situation.
See, and Phoenix, so you're right when you said that he doesn't take accountability. He has to take accountability that he could have made a different choice back then, before his significant other, went up to the upper room.
That has not been acknowledged in any way. And to me, that is a total lack of empathy. You would only treat him.
He's complaining about the people who are paid to judge him, but he's not showing any sort of, you know, accountability, or even he doesn't even seem like he's sorry about what happened with the young lady. It seemed like he was using that as just a way to get some sort of sympathy.
Monster like that, you would only not acknowledge the death of someone's family member, that a child and their wife. If you, I mean, it's beyond monstrous not to acknowledge that. And it's certainly a lack of empathy. And I'm at this place now where I am kind of just like, whatever. And the board are masters of making mountains out of molehills, because it's clear and obvious the law enforcement community doesn't want me on the street due to my past criminal history.
I mean, who would, when you think about it? I mean, that's the weird thing that I have found out, that a lot of times they get this chip on their shoulder about laws protecting other people, but they feel upset because they feel they're being inconvenienced, you know, after I mean, really, Ernesto is a perfect example. Ernesto is a perfect example of how this man thinks. They both think the same, how they feel like they've been treated wrong. They feel like even though they have a long rap sheet, long before even the last, situation happened, they ignore, like they feel like they've been in church.
And, yeah, okay. I'm not following all the rules.
Don't forget to smash the like on your way in or out. Here we go.
I'm making minor mischief.
You know, even though I do believe a few things that he's saying, still I don't think he's speaking to this parole guy the right way. Now he's just straight up insulting the parole board, saying that they're
exactly
beyond monstrous and have no empathy whatsoever.
Right. And the thing is that just goes to show you that he's not ready. He's not ready at all. Because you could tell he's only thinking of himself. Let's move forward. Okay. Let's go over. Oh, man. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Let's go on, and we're kind of warming it up here. Let me give you a little.
The one thing, like, people talk about depression all the time. The difference between depression and sadness is just, from happenstance, whatever happened or didn't happen for you. And depression is your body saying, fuck you, I don't want to be this character anymore. I don't want to hold up this avatar that you've created in the world. It's too much for me. So a friend of mine who's a spiritual teacher has a really good take. His name is Jeff Foster, and his take on it is that they should change. You should think of the word of depressed as deep rest. Deep rest. Your body needs to be depressed. It needs deep rest.
I don't know about that, but okay. Let's get
the character that you've been trying to play. I don't exist.
Okay.
So,
let me pause that right there. And
Jim Carrey played
Club JJ. Let's see what he has to say about Jim Carrey. Here we go.
your brother, the oldest brother, Keenan. I think the greatest compliment that anybody can pay.
Yeah.
He said, I wouldn't be successful without your brother.
Yeah. I wouldn't be successful without my brother either. I think a lot of us wouldn't be successful without my brother. I think my brother, it's different for me. I was nurtured. So I still think because I had their guidance and their nurturing, I was going to make it regardless.
Right.
Believe me.
You had been around them enough, he and Damon, and been in that family enough.
Yeah.
You was going to go out there, you was going to carve your own way.
Yeah. But
Jim needed this opportunity in living color. When you're watching
and
Jim,
you credit not just Keenan, you got to credit Damon.
Damon, okay.
Because Damon did Earth Girls Are Easy with Jim Carrey, and they were friends.
Okay.
And Damon was like, yo, Keenan. Damon was Keenan's right-hand man.
Okay.
That's his lieutenant on Living Color.
Okay.
That was his right-hand man.
Okay.
Damon and then Kim. Kim was a soldier in that room, always writing her sketches. Everything Kim did, for the most part, she wrote and created. So you got Keenan was like, he's like, you got to trust me. This white boy is funny. He's like silly putty. he twists himself up. He could suck his own dick if he tried. It's like, boy,
okay, here we go, folks.
crazy. And Keenan was like, okay, let me see him. And then Jim went, and he had just, Hollywood didn't want him no more because he did this thing called Duck Soup that bombed, or Duck something, Duck Factory, and it bombed. And so they were cold on him. So the network didn't want him. And then Keenan saw Jim in the audition that Damon brought him to, and Damon was bigging him up. Keenan was like, he's hilarious. And then from there, he put him on, and he let Jim buck wild. And Living Color was a playground.
Yeah.
Keenan always said, don't just do what's on the script. He made us all writers. Have something in your back pocket, because when we do second take and third take, don't do the same thing. The audience can only hear the joke one time, and it's only get diminishing returns, so they want to hear something different. And so that's what we did. Keenan was a star maker, is what I'm saying.
Did you know Jim could be what he became?
Yeah, I knew. I knew Jim could be what he became. I knew Jamie could be what he became. I knew Damon. I knew everybody on that set could become anything they wanted to be. Rosie Perez was the choreographer.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
For In Living Color. And Living Color was filled with great people, hand-picked people with good vibes and good energy and love. My family, we come to set, we hug each other. You see the love my family has. We have love. That's why I oftentimes, when it comes to people and they talking their nonsense, they talking their shit, listen, I try not to engage, right?
He gives some good lessons right here. Listen on, here we go.
Because I know I'm not about the goons and this and that. I got love. I got people that died for me, lots of them. Like, so, and I don't want to engage in that because I'm loved. So I'm loved enough to step back from it, because I know if I'm in a fight, man, there's going to be a lot of hands in there. You got the nephews, you got the cousins, there's a lot of Wanses. And I just go, you know what? I'm loved. So when you get to a weighing set, you feel love.
Yeah.
You see, we love each other.
Tommy said that. Tommy said every time you guys come on set, you hug each other, you kiss each other.
Yes.
And he was like, damn, I wish I could have had that in my
And he
family.
did. He did in my family.
Yeah, from your, yeah.
In my family, Tommy comes on to this day. Tommy had a birthday party. I pulled up. I love him. I love all my tribe. I love them for life. They're all of them will tell you, I show up. I show up. And when you come in our world, we love you. David,
let's keep it going. Just wanted to break it down. Yeah, Jim Carrey was one of the main people in Living Color. Let's listen to those little couple to break down the situation. Jim Carrey went through some Wookiee times. Let's just put it that way. Let's just put it that way. Here we go.
You know, when I go to sleep at night, I'm not just a guy going to sleep. I'm two-time Golden Globe winner Jim Carrey going to get some well-needed shut-eye. And when I dream, I don't just dream any old dream. No, sir. I dream about being three-time Golden Globe winning actor Jim Carrey, because then I would be enough. It would finally be true.
Jim Carrey says a wrongful death lawsuit filed by the estranged husband of his ex-girlfriend is a heartless attempt to exploit him, and has vowed to fight the case. According to the Associated Press, Mark Burton of Portland sued Carrey in Los Angeles Superior Court on Monday, accusing the actor of providing the prescription drugs his wife, Catriona White, used to overdose in September of 2015. The wrongful death lawsuit contends that Carrey improperly obtained prescriptions for Ambien and the powerful opioid oxycodone under the alias Arthur King. The suit accuses Carrey of giving White the drugs just days before she was found dead in one of Carrey's homes. White and Carrey dated in 2012 and were photographed together in May 2015 as they left a taping of The Last Late Show with David Letterman. In a statement, Carrey wrote, "It would be easy for me to get in a back room with this man's lawyer and make this go away, but there are some moments in life when you have to stand up and defend your honor against the evil in this world." Carrey goes on to say, "I will not tolerate this heartless attempt to exploit me or the woman I loved. I really hope that someday soon people will stop trying to profit from this and let her rest in peace." Coroner's officials ruled the 30-year-old makeup artist's death a suicide. Burton and White married in 2013. A coroner's official told reporters that the pair were separated and planned to divorce. However, Burton's attorney declined to characterize their relationship beyond saying that they were legally married at the time of White's death. Carrey's attorney wrote in a statement,
Yeah, that sounds like a money grab to me.
That White and Burton never lived together. The lawsuit accuses Carrey of violating a section of California's Health and Safety Code against the use of aliases to obtain prescription medication. It states White's death was tragic and easily avoidable. Carrey's attorney wrote that his client's prescriptions were legally obtained and his doctor and insurers were aware of his alias use. He said many actors use aliases for prescriptions in order to protect their privacy.
Yeah, that just dawned on me. So basically, though, that happened. But let's see what happens later on. Here we go.
They offered me Ace Ventura, one of those, because it was a script that was just
floating around.
This producer came to me and said, well, maybe you and Rob, who's that dude from SNL who's really conservative? Yeah, Rob Schneider.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I passed on it. Jim took it and said, I'm going to do what I'm gonna
Everything.
this out. Yeah. Everything.
Yes.
He really was like a cancer patient. And they said, sir, you're dying in 6 months. This is
Great
your only shot.
role and action.
I sat next to him at the premiere and I felt so bad for Jim because, nobody's going to see this crazy movie.
Mm-hmm.
We used to kid each other. And I said, Jim, if I ever win the lottery, I'm going to give you $5 million. And we would play around so you can make your movie. Jim Carrey would do this character called Colon Man, where he could pull his colon out of his ass, small intestines, and lasso criminals and suck you right back into his ass and hold you for the police. Shit like just at each other crying. So I said, I want you to do that. Okay, do that. If I ever win the lottery, this is going on. That's what he did, basically.
He made Colon Man. Yes.
No, yeah. Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
There was a point where I think what was the love interest? What's her name from Friends?
Courtney Cox.
Yeah, they were there, and it was like Jim had been so crazy, and I said, literally, she's like something like, "Hello, Ace." And I said, "Okay, Jim's gonna be normal now." He went, and I was like, "Oh my god!" So I came out. I saw Chris Rock in the lobby. This was at the same screening at Westwood. And I said, man, Chris, I don't know what I'm going to do, man. I feel bad for Jim, but I'm going to support him because I was laughing. He was so nervous. He was crawling out of his seat. But nobody's going to see this movie. It's too crazy. I just thought, this is too crazy for America. Chris put his hand on my shoulder like an older brother. He said, no one, David, is going to see this movie. Exactly. And I said, okay, I'm not crazy. And you know what happened next?
Yes.
It blew
Over
up.
$27 million.
It blew up. And I forgot, Jim was on Howard Stern and he was saying like the next day, that next week we were back doing In Living Color. And we would come out and play with the audience and stuff. And he described how I came out there and I was like, doing the whole bit like, Jim's movie opened last week and I just want to say good luck, I'm not jealous or any fucking thing, so no anger here.
You heard the George Wallace and Jerry Seinfeld fortune teller story? Been confirmed by both of them. They drive out here from New York, literally in like a Ford LTD. They're here, they're on Melrose. It's 1977. Neither of them they've both been doing stand-up 2-3 years. Go to a fortune teller. And fortune teller looks at George Wallace's hand and is like, or palm reader, and says, "Well, you're going to be very, very rich, right?" George's like, "Fucking great." Next one up, Jerry Seinfeld looks at Jerry's hand and goes, "I thought you were going to be rich."
My life is more like this. As wrong as I was about Jim Carrey's movie, I auditioned for Seinfeld. And I came away like, well, this sucks, number one.
Let me keep going. We're going to get into it a little bit more here. Okay. So Basically, what happened with Jim Carrey is he had some issues with, you know, he's had some tragic things happen in his life. So let's go check it out.
How are you this afternoon? Alrighty then.
This rubber-faced king of comedy pretty well defined silly slapstick humor in the 90s, with movies like Dumb and Dumber and Liar Liar becoming instant classics. But just because he makes us laugh on camera doesn't mean he's necessarily happy off of it. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and in this video, we're exploring the heartbreaking life of Jim Carrey. Born in Newmarket, Ontario, and raised and schooled in a handful of cities in southern Ontario, Jim Carrey has always been the loud, expressionist.
My thing is this: is that about the situation. Usually, entertainers of it's on a sliding scale, but exactly. Phoenix Soul, the overdose of his girlfriend changed him, though. Yep, sure did. It woke him up. Unfortunately, it's sad that somebody's passing away has to wake somebody up to do the right thing.
Kid vying for attention, pulling faces, and doing voices. And at the age of just 10, he wrote a letter to Carol Burnett of The Carol Burnett Show, explaining how his impressions would make him a perfect addition to the lineup. He didn't get the part, but he did get a form rejection letter that somehow didn't deter him from reaching for the stars.
I'm just making a conscious choice to perceive challenges as something beneficial so that I can deal with them in the most productive way.
Any spare time he had on his hands would be used to work on his act. Unfortunately for Jim, there were severe financial setbacks early on in his comedy career. When he was 14, his father Percy lost his job, resulting in the family becoming homeless and living in a van for a short while. Jim, his father, and his two siblings would make ends meet with janitorial work.
Especially when he lost his job when he was 51. That really broke him.
Jim's father was keen to support his career, driving him around to gigs as he attempted to make a name for himself. But his mother and father struggled to support him financially. Eventually, the family was able to move into a house again, and as a result, Jim was able to put together a more polished act for the stage. But with his mother falling ill, Jim was forced to drop out of school when he was just 16 to help his family.
I think all funny people are born from sick moms.
Yeah, always.
You know? But she was a hoot, too.
This did, however, allow the young comedian to dedicate more time to his craft. And no matter what, he was determined to succeed, with every roadblock seemingly serving as further inspiration to make something of himself. Even when he was devastated with the passing of his mother in 1991, or when his father died just 3 years later.
Don't worry about my brain deteriorating.
Dang. So you went through some hard times. You know, that's sad.
I can still sling better with the best of them.
With performances at the Comedy Store, a support slot for Rodney Dangerfield, and early TV credits to include An Evening at the Improv, The Duck Factory, and of course, a regular spot on.
So basically, Jim did enough to turn his life around very late, but he did. Let's go on to another Wookie.
Every single year, we get a new insufferable person that everyone universally hates. People hate Jake Paul for being a nuisance, Onision for his offline scandals, Keemstar for being a bully, and James Charles for sexting minors. But now we're in an era of entertainment with brand new villains, and I have come across an influencer who's been referred to as a YouTube clown, the absolute worst. And the person I'm talking about today is Jack Doherty, a YouTuber and kick streamer with 12.9 million subscribers, and he is being dragged over the internet for being an absolute menace.
Well, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Yeah.
I did a poll on what video I should make next, and there's a clear winner.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yes, thank you, Selena. So Jack Doherty, according to the most reputable source online, he's a 20-year-old influencer from Long Island, New York. He started his online journey 7 years ago in 2016, where he made harmless content, flipping markers, unboxing PS4 bundles, and bottle flipping. He was only 13 years old, but he would upload dude perfect-ass content pretty frequently with clickbait titles.
Today we're going to be learning how to do a front flip 360.
Insane flips, worst flip fail, learning a front flip.
And to get big, all you really need is a clickbait thumbnail and just some subscribers and yeah. And you need to be able to hack YouTube because, if you want to do something, just hack them.
He was a very YouTube savvy kid. He knew the trends and made videos accordingly.
Do something that people do, but do it better.
He also idolized the Paul brothers, so he copied a lot of what they did. After keeping up with his upload schedule, he got to his first 100,000 subscribers within 6 months. Actually, finding out he's obsessed with the Paul brothers kind of makes sense once I tell you more about his story. Because he went from flipping pens and fidget spinner tricks to trying to sneak into Rice Gum's house and breaking into Jake Paul's Team 10 house.
That's Rice Gum! That's Rice Gum! That's Rice Gum!
And doing other dares and pranks. Oh, and the worst crime of all, making diss tracks.
Jake, you're a bitch. You do anything for views. Yeah, you probably could admit it because you know it's freaking true. Logan made you, and you really know it too. You be sitting on your ass, wondering what the hell to do. Yeah, Jake Paul, you're a snitch. You're a lying ass bitch. Everybody knows you were just a freaking glitch.
14 years old, and Jack was in his prank era, pranking his family, pranking.
Dang, I wonder that's why if you know let's keep it going here.
Strangers. Just look at all the videos that he was making. But this was getting him views. He was getting extremely popular online. He was even interviewed by Logan Paul during Jake Paul's wedding in 2019.
What'd you say just now? I bought a house. How is that, sir? How is that possible? You're 12.
It's my money, but like under my dad's name.
Listen, did you just say you're laundering money for your father?
His prank videos were getting him paid. And the more money he made, the more he became a public nuisance because most of his videos were done in malls or at Walmart.
But I think what happens is when you get obsessed with the attention, you keep doing other things to keep that attention coming in. You know what I mean?
Got to the point where people were fed up with his antics and his family, and they tried to get him on the Dr. Phil show to help him.
I think you're energetic, and I think you're a hard worker.
But just like Daniel Bergoli and Chelsea Louise, his Dr. Phil appearance only gave him more mainstream media attention and ultimately helped his brand rather than settle them down. He just doubled down on his clickbait content and kept posting multiple times a week. He even tried copying some popular videos from big YouTubers like Mr. Beast, Ryan Trahan, Preston, just to keep up his momentum.
This is a penny. And I need a manicure. This right here is a penny, and I have 24 hours to turn this into $1,000.
What happened here? Like, it looks like his views significantly dipped right around 2021. Were people tired of his content? Well, he explained in a video that he got hacked. He wasn't able to upload for a week. Then he got a copyright strike on his channel that was affecting his uploads.
The hacker got a strike on my YouTube channel. I'll show you right now. Channel violations, active community guidelines strike. It happened. I got the strike because of the live stream that the hacker put on my channel, as you can see right here. For some reason, YouTube rejected my appeal, even though I told him it was hacked. Like the XRP thing, whatever, that's what hacked my channel. Yeah, I wasn't able to upload on my channel for a week.
But after all of this, he still noticed a dip in his channel views, so he decided to shift his focus. And when I was doing research for this video, his views did go from millions to 50,000, 90,000, but that might have been because he started to lean into a different avenue, and that being YouTube Shorts and TikTok. He started with pranks and cringy sketches and doing annoying mini pranks and street interviews.
You're gonna have to get on your knees. I will. Call me daddy.
Okay, daddy.
Open wide.
The next year is just more of the same content. He just started clickbaiting women more often because he was managing some OnlyFans models.
I mean, I have a big team. Like I have a lot of employees, but it just like I just came out here for like 2 days, so it's only like us.
Okay, so you got an idea who this guy is. Let's break it down though.
Yes, I'm finally doing it. Today we are talking about one of the most hated people on the internet, Jack Doherty.
Well, bro, what you gonna do? What you gonna do, bro?
Now, Jack is in the news right now because he crashed his very, very expensive McLaren. He just totally wrecked it on the side of the road. It was a pretty brutal crash. I don't know if this is like a bad thing to say, but it was a very funny crash, okay? I found the crash funny, you know? I'm glad no one got hurt. If someone got more hurt, I probably would have been slightly more upset, but only if it wasn't Jack, I think. You can see him driving, and he was ultimately just too distracted by chat to really pay attention to the road. The children in his kick chat were much more enticing than his own physical safety. And so he started hydroplaning on like half an inch of water. So he ended up drifting into the other lane and just smashing right into the guardrail.
Oh, no.
If there's any way at all that we can like legally enforce some kind of punishment where he's not allowed to drive a car.
Yeah, I hear that. Especially a McLaren. Dang. That's a work
ever
of art.
again. And also maybe he gets sent to some kind of internment camp. I think that would be a good idea. Maybe that's just me, but I think that would be cool if he had to do like some kind of forced labor in some kind of war-torn country, maybe like Liberia or Siberia. One of the areas, one of the mysterious areas that I don't know anything about, but it would be dangerous for him to be there. I think that'll be good. But I guess the best punishment we can hope for or just take from all this is that he got banned from Kick. So W Kick for once. And it's so funny if you actually watch the video, Jack is far more concerned with making sure he gets to film the crash and makes content out of it than he is for his friend who just got his face up because they crashed a McLaren going like 70 miles an hour.
Oh, dang. So his friend was in the car too. I thought he was alone. That's messed up. He should have been more responsible. But that's what will happen with Pookies and Wookies. And this is a good lesson right here. What? Stay away from thrill seekers. Now, believe it or not, there are probably more thrill seekers that are not black than there are black. Black men, our thrills, well, our thrills are different. But don't get fooled by the thrills of other races of men who, and you will know they're thrill seekers because they will endanger their life and your life with their life. So be careful. Here we go.
Total, guys. Does it look good on there? Oh my God, your face, bro.
I think it really goes to show where this kid's priority.
Well, I guess what I should clarify is don't watch out for those people who throw caution to the wind, regardless of race. Here we go.
These are at in life. He doesn't care about people. What matters is the content. That's it.
Does it look good on there?
But this isn't even close to the first time that Jack has been talked about in this way. So it really got me thinking, what made him this way? He's not even 21 years old and he's already like a completely degenerate clout goblin with no concern for other people, no concern for society. He only cares about himself.
I agree. And that's why I say watch out for those people. Phoenix Soul says this is the standard YT boy stuff. Yes. Basically, what I find is this. Most people who have a self-esteem issue, which this young man does, Jack Doherty, they don't mind for some reason endangering others' lives. The problem is that you might initially find it fun at first, but then after some situations pop up, you might find yourself hopefully not, hopefully not in prison, but yeah.
And making as much money as possible in the stupidest ways possible. How did he manage to become more detestable than most 50-year-old lolcows before he's even able to legally drink? How did this happen? So I got to going through the entire history of his career to find out where it all went wrong, how this child became such a fucking demon. Jack began posting to his YouTube channel all the way back in September of 2016, which is like 8, almost 9 years ago now. But the videos he posted during this time period were pretty innocent. He was just hanging out. You guys remember that whole bottle flipping trend? Everybody was flipping bottles. Check out my epic flip, guys. I flipped Rick. Well, Jackie Boy here took it upon himself to flip just about anything he could find, from markers to pens to fruits. And this led to him getting a video that got 30 million views of him just flipping things. And with that video, he got hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So we got a lot of attention on YouTube at a very young age. And if you watch this content, it's not really anything special. It's pretty much exactly what you would expect from
He got hyper spoiled, which turns him into the same thing.
Child who just started YouTube and doesn't really have a fully formed brain yet. But what's important here is he got the attention that he wanted. And once he got it once, he wanted more and more and more of it. He was hungry. So he kept doing more flipping videos. He even flipped himself on a trampoline. Shocking, revolutionary content idea, I know. He did some pretty harmless pranks like trick-or-treating the day after Halloween. It's like not really, it doesn't really matter. It's not really that interesting, but it got him some views. But that wasn't enough. He was a YouTuber now, and he had a lot of YouTubers that he was looking up to, that he was watching, that inspired him. So he wanted to collaborate with them. And he would.
All right, let me pause right there. I'm going to fast forward, see what's going on down here.
Exactly. No, but you're recording it. Sir, do not, sir. You
almost got it right there.
Sir, you know how expensive that is. All right. Okay, may I have my camera?
So basically, Jack falsely accused this random Walmart employee who was trying to go about his day of assaulting him because he was mad that he couldn't get the YouTube video he wanted. And Jack probably also did it because he thought it would make for a better video, and he just didn't care about lying about this random guy. And in fairness, it got...
Yeah, there is thrill seekers. Thrill seekers basically, they do not at all at all care about other people. Otherwise, they would be more concerned. And in his case, he probably wouldn't have wrecked that McLaren.
6 million views. But once again, the comments are turned off. And, you know, I really wonder why that happened. And as you go through Jack's old content, you start to see a clear pattern forming, which is that the more obnoxious he gets, the more views he gets.
You're disgusting.
Very good point. See, when people get what they believe is a positive response, for example, they don't care how they have to get that response, but they'll get that, they're going to get that response. They're going to try to get the response they're looking for as they deem what they deem as a positive response. Here we go.
Take this out. The place of my earth.
Okay, so guys, that guy, I really feel bad for him. Coming to bounce, I feel bad because he's about to get sued, but we have the video.
Let me go to this one right here. I found this kind of interesting here, right here. Here we go.
There is widespread speculation that basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal may be in a secret new relationship with an Instagram influencer named Maria, based on a picture she posted on social media. In the image, a man who appears to be significantly taller than she is seen with his hands over her breasts, although his face is not visible. Fans have been quick to assume that the man in the picture is the 7 feet 1 inch star, with many comments and posts on social media suggesting that the man in question is indeed Shaq. Despite the rumors, Shaquille O'Neal has denied being the man in the picture, stating on Instagram, "Nope, not the kid." He further went on to post similar pictures of himself in the same pose as the man in the controversial image with Maria, jokingly referring to himself as his own girlfriend, Shakira. After Shaquille O'Neal denied being the mystery man in the picture
I
with
can tell.
Maria,
I can tell. Real,
she took
the problem that Shaq has is that. Wait, let me play.
denied being the mystery man in the picture with Maria. She took to Instagram to address the situation. In her Instagram post, she expressed her disbelief at Shaq's denial, stating, "Come on, kid, a time was had. Why he lie to y'all, man?" She then urged her followers to have a great night and added the hashtag play with somebody else.
Wait, let me go back. I want to go back to where he was. Here we go. Let me pause it.
After Shaq.
Okay. You can tell what I'm doing is I'm looking at Shaq's arms here. That's him. That's him.
Shaquille O'Neal denied being the mystery man in the picture with Maria. She took to Instagram to address the situation. In her Instagram post, she expressed.
Let me pause it because I have her Instagram post.
Of her and Shaq being posted on the internet.
Let me go back a little bit.
Maria is unbothered by viral picture of her and Shaq being posted on the internet.
What's popping, y'all? It's your girl Philly. I'm noticing a lot of women literally excited to say that they run their relationship. They wear the pants in the relationship. They man do everything that they ask them to do. They man give them whatever they want.
Be sure to
So
like.
she's a pick me. She's a pick me, and for her pick me-ness, she got disrespected by Shaq.
Comment and subscribe.
They're happy to say that they wear the pants in the relationship. Any relationship where the woman is wearing the pants in the relationship, there is no man present in the relationship. I don't care what you are, who you are, and what you do. As a man, you are not to allow a woman to dominate over you. I don't care how much you love her, how much she's weak, you weak for her, or whatever the case may be. You have to treat your woman accordingly in a certain way. You don't be soft to a woman. That turns her off. You don't turn around and let her talk to you however you want.
Oh.
Let her call you out your name.
As you can hear, she's really talking that pick me language. The problem is it didn't work out for her.
There is widespread speculation that basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal may be in a secret new.
Okay, let me pause that. I just played that one. I had another one here. I can't find it. Okay, so I will play. Well, this is what you're probably wondering. How is Shaq a Pookie? How did he make a Pookie?
Happy birthday to my youngest son, Shakir. Love you, cuz. Love you too, Shakir. Well, happy birthday. This is the first day of 40 games and 40 nights. You can say hello to a different kid every night.
Let's go.
You don't look better than me. No, when they threw you up, so you come to the show. No, if you was just Shaquille O'Neal the plumber, you'd be single. You wouldn't have all those kids if you were Shaquille O'Neal the plumber. Yeah. You know. Hey, sorry, Shaq.
Let me pause that. Now, where did I do with that?
Inside Shaquille O'Neal's family, wife, kid. So who are the family members who keep the 7'1" NBA icon grounded when his long days are done? Let's take a look. Ex-wife, Shawnee O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal's professional basketball career spanned 2 decades and 6 NBA teams, earning him a place in the Hall of Fame. However, regarding his personal life, the 7'1" center acknowledged that he has regrets, specifically the end of his 7-year marriage to Shawnee O'Neal, who has
He cheated on her.
since remarried. Shaq has had numerous relationships with women throughout his life. He has, however, only been married once. Shawnee O'Neal has been with Shaq for almost a decade, and the couple has 4 children together. Shaq O'Neal was married to his now ex-wife Shawnee O'Neal, née Nelson, now going by Shawnee Henderson, from 2002 until their separation in 2009 and divorce the following year. It was said that Shawnee cheated on Shaq with 3 different men. Of course, Shaq himself isn't in the clear. Shaq claimed to also be a serial cheater.
I am going to step down from this conversation. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
I was a serial cheater.
Just a whole.
There it is. That'll make it. He says was, but you never know. You really don't know. I would say that there's a pretty decent odd he might even be on Diddy tapes for all we know. But here we go.
Whole lot of cheating going around. Henderson's marriage to the legendary basketball player was not her only claim to fame. She's mostly known for her roles on VH1's Basketball Wives and Shawnee's Home Court, a reality program about her life with her 5 children.
Okay, let me pause right there. All right, I forgot I had some tape on one more group, but I can't find it right now. Anyway, folks, I think it's time for me to take a break. Let me kick the beat. Catch you on the next one. What do I want to leave with? Let me leave with this one.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work.
Phoenix Soul, thanks for coming through. Everybody in the clouds, thanks for coming through. Conscious Mind Love. I'll be first. Thanks, everyone.
Un lugar para trabajar. Y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te la ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. Yo vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré